Hello and welcome back! New update, new story! Alright. I've actually been playing a lot of Shadow lately, so I have quite a few decks prepared for this. We got the weird OTK Mimic box, we got Last Words, we got my meme Healcraft deck. So we got 3 decks to bring to the table today, and they're gonna all be fun. I'm wondering why Discord is being buggy right now. And I guess I could sort this out later, because it's telling me that I'm not live. But let me just open up the stream on another tab and let's see if... No, we're live. Okay. Well, that's that. Which means I guess we might as well get started. I wonder if it's in English. Time to find out. Although this part is the same, so it's probably in English regardless for this.
A curse spreads its bat-like wings over the land.
Ah.
The flow of life has been corrupted, stained by a malevolent god. The curtain rises on a new stage.
A new stage indeed.
Velsar, where shadows shroud all, covered by infinite rivers of blood.
And Dragon reigns supreme in the meta.
It is a land of claws, fangs, and strife, created by the Lord of Darkness. But the Lord sleeps, and his realm is rife with conspirators who would steal his throne. Dragon newts, vengeful souls, yokai, werewolves, vampires. These beasts spend their every waking hour locked in conflict. Fang against fang, claw against claw.
Is Vengeful Soul supposed to be Sekka in this one, or is she also a yokai? Because they didn't mention foxes in here.
Who shall wear the crown in the end? Will it be the meek? He once sought vengeance for his kind, but has now lost his purpose. But whether he is doomed eternally for failure, none can foresee. Will it be the bitter? He longs for the past and resents
my brother
the
playing
present.
guitar in the other room. I'm gonna
But
try
what
to
his future
find that
will
out.
hold, none can fathom.
Okay. Oh boy.
Will it be the Hollow?
Okay.
He has no memories, and yet is a master of the blade. But for whom he fights, none can tell. Will it be the Lost? She quests for her mother, following a trail of whispered words. But where the path will lead her, none can see. These lives will join, intersect. But will they be enough to overcome the heavy grasp of fate?
A moot question. Mortals cannot overthrow a god.
I will avenge you, Arisa, eventually.
You are weak and an utter disappointment. How you managed to make it here, I sure don't know. I was hoping for someone worthy. Indeed, I was hoping for my next vessel.
So this is the Lord of Darkness.
Lord? No. I am a god. And you all are sheep in my fold. Now, I will keep you as long as there's any profit in it. But the moment you lose your value to me, ye shall be led to the slaughter.
They stretch forth
Makes
their
me feel bad
hands,
every time I see
cannot
it.
grasp victory. They strive with all their strength, but cannot defy fate. Claws and fangs break and shatter before fading into darkness. The ending of our newest tale is as of yet unwritten.
Alright, let's see what we have to deal with. An indiscriminate killer is the first chapter we actually do anything in. And I wonder actually how much gameplay. There's no reward down here, which means there's probably going to be no gameplay.
The ones who'll take down the Lord of Darkness and seize the throne will be us, the werewolves.
You really think dogs can rule? Velsar belongs to us.
Ha! Each and every one of you is nothing but prey for the dragon newts.
You sure can bark, but you can't bite.
The darkness of night is only the beginning. The rivers of blood, the scent of iron in the air.
Okay, so they are Tengu. They just lump all the yokai together as one race, despite they all have individual separate races. Fun stuff.
Velsar. Its history is one of endless war, an ocean of tears, and landfills of decapitated heads. A world where justice and ideals extinguish.
Well, that's dark. I can just imagine a landfill full of decapitated heads, and it doesn't sound all that pleasant, to be honest.
Oh, how beautiful. Bones seized and broken. Bodies mutilated, fur stripped. Claws screeching, sliced and shattered.
Those guys got some big looking swords, and is that supposed to be a mace?
Each claims justice, but tyranny reigns supreme. Truly a delight. Truly a thrill. The true essence of life, don't you think?
Who dat?
I do not understand. You truly lack elegance, like a blade disdain of death, unknowing the beauty of battle.
Okay.
Kagero, truly a fitting name. You are not but a mirage, devoid of feeling, of passion.
Where are you going with this?
The same can be said for yours, Kikage. You are the dark side of the moon, the beauty and mystery.
Skikage and
Your
Kagero.
words are not yet cruel. The reason why you are weak.
So your will has not changed?
We must decide who is correct. We must commit.
I think it's interesting that we get to meet a whole colorful cast in each of these story modes. I think this is the biggest cast we've had for a story so far. Because, in Morningstar, it was more or less just the 8 playable characters and then maybe one person to each associated backstory. Or not even that. Like, we had Rowan's family. We had the unnamed princess. We had Luna's parents. Balthazar! And who else am I forgetting? Nameless priests, nameless assassins. I guess Nexus counts. Do we count Lusaria and Nexus as 2 different people? These are the questions that plague my mind. I guess we count them as 2 different people, as short-lived as that was. Well, because we also got the Dream... Because, yeah, we saw Lusaria again in the Dream World. So, yeah, I guess we'll count Lusaria and Nexus as 2 different people. But, yeah, that was relatively a small cast. But then And then this cast, actually, despite the city of guilds being rather important, the cast was actually rather small, because instead of getting someone dedicated to each story, we basically just got nameless guild members, and then we got basically one person from each of the 5 guilds. 2 from the Blade Order of Blades, right? Was it Blade Rights? Am I misremembering that? That was about it. Marlon Median, rest in peace, wherever you may be. Anywho. Yeah, that was about it. And then, let's see. Actually, no, now that I think about it, the largest cast has to be from the double arc that we had from, what was it? The Natera / Aeolon arc, because that arc was spanning 2 different realms simultaneously, and I guess this goes even further, because this is kind of sort of 2 realms simultaneously, I guess. Or this is set in the future, I don't really know. Although it kind of feels like it's a time loop scenario. No clue. This is getting just really complicated. Like, needlessly complicated. Either way, large casts. I like large casts. But I also like small casts when we're getting a lot of focus on each one. And this game does seem to balance it pretty well. Which it gets away with really easily because each character gets their own story mode. So they don't really have to try hard in that respect.
A sword never unsheathed is but a stick.
No, a sword never unsheathed is a sword in a sheath. In fact, I think it hurts a lot more than a stick.
A drawn sword is but cold steel, neither good nor evil.
Your presence isn't needed here. Vanish.
Your defeat is fate,
For your duty forgotten.
and the path you walk gone astray.
Thus, you must fall!
Rivaling souls clash, sparks fly. A battle imperceptible, a fight unrestrainable. Countless clashes continue on, as if to persist until the end of time itself. Wait, is this like the first time we've actually got an unvoiced line? I don't remember any unvoiced lines. Well, then again, I haven't played the story in a while, so somebody needs to message me or comment if they can remember otherwise, because I don't. Until finally, one of the swinging blades awakens again.
How strange. I feel lightheaded.
Okay, so our ultimate time loop is just going to be fighting that guy. Got it.
Moreover,
Already forgot his name. Tsukikage.
for what reason am I surrounded?
We've got you now, you indiscriminate killer! How dare you murder our kin for no good reason?
You disgust me. Give yourself up and accept your punishment.
Murder?
Who did he kill? Or are you getting blamed for the other guy? The man pores through his memories, searching for an answer. His attire is that of a swordsman, and a blade rests by his side. Perhaps there may be plausibility to the yokai's claims.
We found 5 bodies with slashed backs and torsos.
You're the only one around here with the blade capable of these acts. You're as good as guilty. There's no question.
I killed?
He focuses on the sensations in his hands, hoping his body remembers what his mind does not.
My apologies. I cannot remember.
I think that the fact that this is just a blank narration is because I feel like Nexus is the one narrating this story, but they for some reason don't want to spoil that, despite the fact that you would already know that if you had played any of the previous stories at this point. So I guess they want it to be a surprise for some reason. They might as well just have a narrator, or a special separate narrator. Or have him self-narrate his own thoughts. Like this is epithet erased.
What? You can't remember?
Is that your plan? To feign innocence?
You mean ignorance. The swordsman's eyes, bordered by long eyelashes, sorrowfully close.
No, I truly cannot remember. Not a single thing. I seem to not have memories. Therefore, I remember nothing.
The hell? Is this some sick game for you?
Have people just not heard of amnesia in fiction? Does no one understand that amnesia is a thing? The club rises. Okay, so they're calling that a club. Pointing first towards the heavens before being speedily brought down towards the man. The club delivers a blow to the of monstrous strength, one strong enough to shatter boulders or gouge the earth. A powerful and utterly brutal strike.
That jog your memory well enough? Better luck in your next life, you monster.
The creature's beak freezes in motion. I thought it was a mask. It's not. I didn't think that was actually his face. In disbelief of what it sees.
It can't be. What the hell?
I thank you for your kindness. However, it appears that blow did not clear the fog in my head.
You should be pulverized. How the hell are you not dead? What kind of monster are we up against?
Mercy tempered your last blow, but you may try again with all your strength.
With pleasure. It's your funeral, punk. Get him, boys!
I mean, if a hit from a club mace spike ball thing strong enough to shatter boulders hits you straight on the head like that, and it didn't do anything, I don't know what you would think would do anything after that.
Yeah, you picked the wrong crowd to mess with.
Surround him!
Yokai crawl out from the shadows. They encircle the solitary target, unleashing a vortex of devastating attacks. Only a gruesome fate awaits their victim. Or so one would expect.
I can't. Go on.
One assailant drops out, then a second. The violent vortex soon subsides, like a summer breeze. Dejected words of defeat can be heard above the din. Above the din? But they come not from the attacked, but the attackers themselves. After dozens upon dozens of fruitless strikes, their bodies are exhausted, and the spirits spent.
Just what the hell are you?
One by one, the yokai lower their weapons, shuddering and muttering as they pull back. The target lightly shakes his head, unscathed save for a single rivulet of blood. Hey! If it bleeds, it can be killed.
What am I, you ask? The fog in my head is cleared to some degree. To answer your question,
You truly lack elegance, like a blade disdain of death, unknowing the beauty of battle. Kagero, truly a fitting name. You are not but a mirage, devoid of feeling, of passion.
my name is likely Kagero.
Kagero, you say? Strange name. What kind of infuriating trick did you use? We practically hit you a dozen times over.
A fair point. However, it is truth that I am still standing.
Yes, I can see that.
If hits and blows cannot calm your fury, perhaps a walk might do. My apologies for any inconvenience caused.
What the hell are you talking about? You think this is something you can just walk away from?
If I could stand in the middle of like 10 people attacking me with intent to kill me and only get a scratch, yeah, I think I could walk away from just about anything.
Please, let me through.
Looks like you're not getting it. No one's letting you off the hook, murderer.
If pleads of mercy worked, then Velsar wouldn't be a bloodbath. Either you put up a fight or you shut up and die.
I mean, he did shut up and try to die, and it didn't work, so just let him leave.
You might be tough, but you don't impress us. How about we tie him up and sink him into the depths?
I mean, that's creative.
A pity.
With an expression of anguish and a sigh of the deepest sorrow, he draws his sword. The blade shines and glistens, as if brimming with tears. I need to learn to just wait for the text to appear before I start reading it. Where's the comma? The yokai shiver at the eerie aura now laid bare before them. However, their fear pales in comparison to that of one wielding the menacing blade. He doesn't look like he wants to do this. Despite the calm he displayed against the previous onslaught, his face now wears an expression of terror.
Look at him shaking in his pants. He's just scared of us.
No, he's scared of something else. You guys have not proven yourself worthy of fear.
Frightened, yes. I do not wish to kill. However, if you choose to impede my path, I will have no choice but to exercise my abilities.
I love how he talks as if he's whispering. There is no other way. There is no retreat. There is but the crossing of swords. He carves these words into his heart, releasing its shackles, shedding its chains, and then he swings into a stance accompanied by a shout of resolve. The atmosphere shifts with a rumble. The ground beneath him is now a battlefield once again. And no longer could anyone ridicule the man.
Awoken under the shroud of night, surrounded by the roar of battle.
I am the bone of my sword.
All else remains uncertain. I may have forgotten sins, but I cannot fall here.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to unhear that. I'm just going to hear the thing from, what was it? Unlimited Blade. I'm just going to hear the Unlimited Blade Works chant whenever this guy acts his power. Look, he gets more katanas, and he's saying something that is pretty similar. Awoken under shroud of night, surrounded by the near of battle.
I shall regain my memory, and if any souls fell by my hand, I will offer you my neck.
Enough of this tedious chatter. Give us your neck now.
Come on, he just gave a pretty fair assessment there. The swordsman swiftly swings his blade, driving it into his opponent's abdomen, but not bisecting the body, but folding it in half instead. The swing of his blade concludes by flinging his opponent far off into the horizon. It is a moment. It is in this moment he knew he fucked up. Wow, look at the text keep going. It is in this moment that the yokai finally understand that this seemingly meek man before them is truly a powerful swordsman, and one that they are no match for.
If words cannot sway you, then my blade will, for I walk the righteous path. Let us battle.
Yeah, don't fuck with this guy. His sword folds people in half. Hey, there's a reward on this one, which means there's a battle in this one. Which means I'm gonna get out my dice tray. And then I'm gonna get out one of my dice. There we go. Look at that. Nice metal dice. They were a gift from a friend. So, enable voice. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. I got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I am sorry.
You know, maybe I shouldn't be rolling dice for this. Maybe I should just use the new decks that I haven't been showing on stream yet. As the blade returns to its resting place, the remaining yokai collapse onto the ground, and the eyes that once glared at Kagero's way are now all dull and listless. But every fallen figure still breathes, life still remaining in their bodies. The man lets out a sigh of relief. For him, this battle has confirmed 3 things. 1. The sword by his side is no ornament. 2. He disdains the very act of combat. And the sparks born of the conflict shed light upon the fragments of the 3rd. Faint memories of war, a duel, the sound of steel against steel, and the man who called him Kagero. Skikage. Just muttering the name causes the swordsman's chest to ache, as if his heart were being pierced by a knife.
I must find him. Then
His words trail off as he halts himself. His movement had been of impulse, of reasons unknown. And yet he knows one thing for certain. All the answers he seeks lie with that man, with Skikage. Once more he begins to journey forward, stepping gently on the earth, as if walking on thin wires. He traces in his memories as he does so, searching for some path. But his quest ends as abruptly as it began. What alerts him is neither intuition nor instinct, but rather something much more tangible, his sense of smell. The scent engulfs him, tasting of wet, raw iron. It is the smell of blood.
You look troubled. Are you lost?
Never look for trouble. Trouble finds you!
you are.
Or perhaps you've lost something. Shall I lend a hand?
A tongue colored deep in red, like fresh blood. And a smile warped like the crescent of the moon.
Skikage.
Why the long face? Surprised that we'd meet so soon? Do not think it a mere coincidence, Kagero. Just as you are seeking me, I have been seeking you.
That makes sense.
As I thought. You know about me.
Sure I do. I know everything about you. You're a monster. One that strikes down innocent passers-by.
The yokai with whom he had fought just moments ago had made the same accusation, but for some reason this man's words sting much more painfully, as if it meant to pry Kagero's composure apart. But this is the battlefield. Losing one's calm means losing one's life.
Having fun spacing out?
No, I'm not. With a clink of metal, Skikage dashes forward, bringing his blade down on his target. The yokai had been vicious, and been as vicious as... Bleh? The yokai had been viscous, and many. That is that how you spell vicious, and I'm just not understanding? But Kagero had withstood their attacks with little effort. This opponent, however, Kagero would have no choice but to carefully fend against. For Kagero knows, if he is stricken down by Skikage's blade, he will never rise again.
Unfortunate. I had hoped we'd settle the score at long last.
So it's one of those things. They're both immortal, but they can only kill each other. This is Highlander. There can only be one!
But same as ever, you understand nothing about yourself. How soft, how kind, how depressing to see.
While this man's origins are still a mystery, the dance of his blade is nothing but beauty, A waltz of elegant arcs and graceful swings. Not even a hint of a waver in the sword's path through the air.
Calm as always, I see.
Tsukikage's motions are as perfect as a performance, the dance seemingly better suited for a stage than the battlefield, and yet the lethality of his blade is clear to Kagero.
I've lost my memories.
You what?
Please tell me, who am I?
Uh-huh. Is that so? Guess I've got them.
What are you?
What do I mean? Oh, you. How absolutely agitating.
Why must you speak through violence? I do not wish to fight.
You don't wish to fight? Even without memories, even without a clue about yourself, you continue to spout out the same nonsense!
Interesting.
Whatever do you mean? You and I...
Words are unnecessary. All we need is a clash of metal. Sword against sword.
Again, I've mentioned this in a previous stream, but I don't understand this whole trope of you can understand a person by fighting them. Because in all the fights I've been in, all I understand is that getting hit hurts.
Forever the coward, forever the fool. Just being around you pains me. But battle is inevitable. The first raindrop has already fallen. Soon, a storm will follow.
Kagero can see in the reflection of Tsukikage's eyes the lives of many would-be victims and the blood of the living, glimpses of the man's next targets. The meaning of it is clear. Tsukikage must be stopped. There is no other way. There is no retreat. There is but the crossing of swords.
Leave me no choice. I shall cut you down.
Cut me down? What a joke! Allow me to remind you of one important fact. You will never prevail against me!
Is that a fact? Oh, that's right. Battle. Combat. Dex. Shadow on shadow.
There is only the crossing of swords.
A blade is like water.
I wonder if this is going to be one of those cheat battles. I love those cheat battles. I used to hate them, but I've grown to love them more. Actually, I'll save the Bone Maven.
I'll engrave your name on your gravestone.
Together we are whole.
Alright, easy setup.
Attention, everyone! I need to borrow your bones.
This map is boring. Is it just me, or is his deck better than mine?
They're so cute when they hop.
Give me cards, baby.
Together we are whole.
What do you do? Last words deal 2 damage? Ew. Well, I'd rather take 2 than 3.
Hey, that hurts.
And we're gonna get a nice 5/5 next turn. What are you?
What brings you here, miscreants?
Malicious Ghost. Ugh. This deck is terrifying. So,
forces of darkness, bow before my tempest.
Ladies and gentle ghosts,
There's always tomorrow.
What brings you here, miscreants?
I'm doing you a favor by putting your bones to use.
Middle liver dogs. You get it.
Look at all these burial rites we did off in one turn.
This covenant extends beyond death.
But make it fashion.
Why should the dead justify their anger? Death will not let you pass.
We comboed. We comboed big time.
I failed to understand.
When they pop,
I failed to understand.
when they pop,
Give me your
We're about to
neck.
take so much damage.
they're joining into one.
I'll live again.
Foul forces of darkness, bow before my tempest.
So let's just do this.
Middle liver dogs. You get it. Get in the pit!
Wind, grant them courage.
All right.
Can you hear their voices?
Pretty sweet.
Now we pretty much just have lethal from Fatal Orders.
Foul forces of darkness, bow before my tempest.
Middle liver dogs. You get it.
Haven storm.
Get in the pit!
There is no other way.
End your slumber. Get in the pit!
Yeah.
Killed enough.
This is probably my worst Shadow deck that I have. Eh, maybe not the worst. Maybe the Ghostcraft deck is worst. But the Ghostcraft deck can aggro out real quick. We just got like the amazing combo and just like spiraled out of control there. That was amazing. Blade against blade, they clash and deflect, only to collide and withdraw again. Their skills are evenly matched. However, in battle, the slightest hesitation can have drastic consequences.
Sluggish fool. Are you still half asleep? Focus. Unleash yourself.
Kagero's muscles bulge, building up an enormous strength hiding within the flesh and bones. His blade rips through the air. Its edge draws ever closer to its target. Just a single step, and with that, the strike which seemed destined to hit misses the target, its energy dissipating into the wind.
How inelegant. I can't stand looking at you. Do you know, not having the burdens of your past can be quite freeing. I was the same after all.
Did you lose your past as well?
Oh, yes. Got them back soon after making a few corpses, though.
We found 5 bodies with slashed backs and torsos.
Well, that answers that question. To be fair, though, I kind of assumed that was the answer anyway. I'm gonna put this away.
You're the only one around here with the blade capable of these acts. You're as good as guilty. There's no question.
That was you.
Depends on who you ask, doesn't it?
What do you mean depends on who you ask?
You don't get it? Well, I suppose you wouldn't.
So they get memories back by killing people. That's really weird physiology.
This is pointless.
Wait, does my good memory mean that I've killed a lot of people? Oh no.
You... What are you to me? Are you my enemy?
Nah, who am I? Who do I know? My memory's full of holes. If I'm killing people, I would remember that.
What am I? What a stale question. I considered finishing you off and ending everything, but this has been far more boring than I had hoped. I'd get no satisfaction from killing you as you are now. So go and get your memories.
I do not know how.
No problem. I have the perfect medicine for shaking you out of your pathetic days. It shattered your body and your will once before. Now perhaps it can restore some motivation in you. Survive and come find me. For my sword art is your purpose, your goal, and your gravestone.
That's a lot of things for a sword to be. Slowly, Tsukikage draws his sword. His body lowers, swaying like a pendulum.
Art of decay.
In the next moment, his form, his very existence, disappears from the world, lost. A seemingly impossible phenomenon. And for a moment, Kagero is paralyzed from disbelief, forgets he is in the midst of life and death battle.
Fool.
That feels cheaty. How do I turn this off? Discord pings! Let's just put this as busy. How do I turn on streamer mode? Streamer mode. Enable streamer mode. Okay. There we go. I think that fixed it. There we go. I don't know why it didn't enable streamer mode. The method used is unknown to him, but it is no illusion. Kagero's back and abdomen are simultaneously slashed in no more than an instant. And he collapses onto the ground.
What a waste of time.
Upon sheathing his weapon, the victor kicks over his unconscious victim, confirming the faintest of breath still lingers.
Twice I have shown you this technique, but for as long as you remain the way you are, it doesn't matter if it's the 100th time, you will not prevail. Such a shame. Here I thought we might finally duel to the death. I can only wait so long. Next time, you'd better make sure those abilities blossom.
Tsukikage quietly slips into the darkness, leaving only the silence of night behind him. The resulting tranquility almost seems to insist that the battle just shortly before had never taken place, as if it were nothing but a dream. However, two scars which Kagero now bears run deep into his body and soul, evidence of defeat and proof of the impossible technique, which instantaneously attacks from both the front and behind. The Art of Decay. If that's... Oh, I was going to say, if Art of Decay is not the name of a chapter, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. And here it is. Art of Decay. Okay, we're going to use one of the new decks. We're not going to use OTK, because OTK seems silly. We're going to play the Last Words deck. The last laugh will be mine. Unconscious, Kagero drifts away from the realm of haze, and within the darkness, he hears a voice. Forbidden words, a tormenting curse. Kill, Kill! Kill! What is the Japanese word for kill again? Karasu. No, that's crow. I don't remember. Slaughter.
No.
He squeezes his eyes shut, as tight as he can. He brings his hands to his ears, trying to block out the voice.
No. No, I will not.
His body shakes, absolutely terrified and shivering with fright. Whatever could be so horrifying? The phantoms take form in his mind. Kill.
Kill them.
Oh, it's Kikage's. Slaughter.
Slaughter them. It's what you were created for. It's your purpose.
Stop. Please.
Kill.
Stop.
Slaughter.
Stop it.
Kill, 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 kill!
Stop it!
Ugh. I am not well, in case you can't tell. Kagero awakens. The sensation of sweat rolling down his face plants him firmly back in reality, assuring him that his nightmare is over. Does he remember anything this time? He gets up, but is greeted with searing pain throughout his back and abdomen. He touches his stomach and finds a gash cut straight across. And the arm which he moved is also throbbing in pain. He notices burning like it had been dipped in fire. Kagero probes his faint memories, finding only vestiges at first, but soon enough the vivid memory of his defeat rushes back to his mind.
Fool.
Two strikes of instantaneous speed, striking the front and back simultaneously. A demonic technique, impossible to defend against. Kagero could neither read nor understand the technique's movements, but one thing he knows for certain.
He held back.
It shattered your body and your will once before. Now perhaps it can restore some motivation in you. Survive and come find me. For my sword art is your purpose, your goal, and your gravestone.
Gotta love flashbacks to literally minutes ago.
Art of decay.
Well, I mean, it's not minutes ago for him, it's probably hours. As he mutters that loathsome title. His legs continue to carry him without direction. It is not long before Kagero comes across the stench of blood drifting through the air. Undeniably, it's Kikage's doing. Oh, that's right, when we were playing Sekka's story mode, on this scene, there were some yokai that were talking about stuff. I don't remember, it's been so long. Over a month at least. Undeniably Kikage's doing. But Kagero understands that even if he were to give chase and find his foe once more, he would only suffer the very same defeat again. If he is to speak to Kikage in order to learn of his past, he must first find a way to stand up to Kikage's formidable abilities. Yet despite all reason and logic, he cannot ignore the trail of blood drifting through the air. For if he does not take action, more lives will be lost.
Why, Kikage?
A rustling noise. Unconcerned, Kagero remained still. He knew from the moment they made a noise that whoever they may be, they were no match for him.
I can smell it. It must be you.
We'll make you pay.
Male dragon newts. Powerful and brawny. They wrinkle their brows, spouting flames in their barely contained anger. Any normal person would grovel before them in tears. But of course, the man before them is anything but ordinary.
May I have a moment of your time, gentlemen?
Huh?
Does the name Tsukikage... Let me start again. Have you seen a man carrying a sword like mine?
What are you talking about? Surely if anyone knows anything about those incidents, it'd be you.
He did the same to me. I stood no chance against him. You all must avoid him at all cost. Only death awaits those who encounter him. I wish for you to convey this to as many people as possible.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, we're actually doing the thing where people talk. People are talking. We aren't just jumping straight into fighting with no questions.
Who cares? Let's shut him up.
Oh, come on, you people are stupid.
Sorry, we don't have any time for nonsense. This isn't a game, you know.
You killed our clan members. We want vengeance.
He just said that he didn't. He breathes out. Ooh, that's cool CG. And accepts that he must draw his blade.
Leave me no choice, for I must hurry on. More lives are slain as we speak.
The words stream through his mind as if reciting a ceremonial sutra. There is no other way. There is no retreat. There is but the crossing of swords.
For I walk the righteous path. Let us battle.
Okay. Now, this deck is pretty memey. It's not very good, in my personal opinion. But every so often, it works out pretty well.
Inevitable.
You mess with a dragon newt, you get burned.
Kagero, Sword Banso. Let's see what we can get. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. Something that I could play on Psycho Pump.
The dragon newt
Psycho
is the
Pump tour
strongest in
guide.
Velsar.
That's fair. It's a Havencraft bear.
Lots of bones. But make
Hey,
it
we got
fashion.
Chris. He's our win condition. Our other win condition is, what's its name? Vizrago? The 7-drop.
Bone to be fabulous.
Ladies and gentle ghosts, follow me.
Alright. We have built our board state. What do you do? Strike, gain damage. Oh, hell no.
Oh, quit flying around everywhere. Ladies and gentle ghosts,
Keep drawing
follow me.
cards.
Yum yums to fill my tum-tum.
Okay, he's a little concerned about his face now.
Yeah, I love this job. Of course I
Oh,
do.
it doesn't keep it. End of turn. Okay. So let's see. Let's do this.
Why did I want gold again? Why did I want gold again?
Oh, quit flying around everywhere.
What's for din
Prepare
din?
yourself.
My dreams are what kept. I want to get it all back.
I don't know what I'm saving the bikes for, to be honest. We just want more last words on the field so that we can get this up to 10. Or at least 5, and then hopefully draw into another Chris.
I'll burn you to a crisp.
I just want to fill the emptiness.
What do? If Overflow is active for you, transform all cards in your hand that originally cost 3 play points or less into a Hellflame Dragon. Wait, this is the deck from the anime.
From now on, the shiny's my minion. A shiny! So that's how you use it!
I want to get it all back.
There we go.
Welcome to the Holy Gun
Oh no, the Holy Gun Show.
Prepare to get toasted.
I just want to fill the emptiness.
Oh, we got the 5. Ooh, and that's our good alternate win con there. So we'll do this.
This here's the shady part of town.
Who am I?
Come to me, precious friend.
I will protect even in death!
Be a good kid and die.
Oh, my hands are tied.
Alright. We have not done any damage to face.
I will protect even in
Welcome to the
death!
Holy Gun Show.
Oh boy. There we go. Here's our win con.
Death wish. Step up.
There is no other
Sungwon
way.
Cho, let's do this.
If you won't move, I'll go right through you. Move or perish.
My victory is inevitable.
Tied.
It's a lot of damage that can start coming at my face, though.
Move or perish.
Come to me, precious friend.
You will know if you've got a death wish. Step up.
Why did I want gold again?
You will know
Ladies
fear.
and gentle ghosts, follow
If
me.
you've got a death wish, step up.
I must cut you down.
If you won't move or perish.
Yeah, I think we just lose. Yeah, we lose.
I admit my defeat.
Yep. All that thinking and it didn't matter. I needed a ward. That's what I needed.
It appears battle is inevitable.
You mess with the Dragonute, you get burned!
The Dragon Newt
They just
clan
went
is the
too wide
strongest
too
in
quickly, and I
Velsar.
couldn't do anything about it. I had a way out. Now that I think about it, I should have, instead of going face for 6 there, I should have just killed one, traded with another. Then I would have at least lived to see another turn.
Everyone is powerless. Know that.
Why did I want gold again?
Born to be fabulous.
What do you do? Oh, that's so annoying.
Yum yums to fill my tum-tums.
Card draw.
Things I do for fashion.
I want to get it all back.
What's for din-din?
Passion fades. Love blooms forever. What a thorny root you are.
There is no meaning in power.
Alright.
Welcome to the Holy Gun Show!
Okay. So we evolve here.
Prepare yourself.
Your red petals will soon be dyed blue.
And I want this. This.
You are mine forever. Sight? Check. Frills? Double check. What a thorny root you are. My hands are tied.
Did I put Resolve of the Fallen in this deck is the real question.
I'll burn you to a crisp!
Adorable to the end.
Huh.
There is no other way. There is no retreat.
Why did I want gold
Welcome
again?
to the Holy Gun Show!
There is no other way. My fate lies at the end.
What a thorny root you are.
Alright, we're getting damage face. Here comes the stupid dragons, though.
A happy thought with every ring.
Prepare to get toasted!
The perfect melody.
The moon is beautiful tonight.
Won't you kiss me goodbye?
Alright.
I want to fill the emptiness.
Come on, high roll!
Nebbit head rises from the depths. Come to me, precious friend.
Wow, that is the worst possible pull I could have gotten.
Oh no, the bells!
It got no last words, and it destroyed one of my Chris's. Oh, that sucks.
Hear the dragons roar!
I will withdraw for now.
Ugh.
If you've got a death wish, step up.
I must cut you down.
If you won't move, move or perish.
Alright. That's a little bit scary. 2 mana 4/3s with Storm.
or perish.
Mother, father!
This here's the shady part of town.
There is no other way. There is no retreat. I walk the righteous path.
Wow, so nice.
This deck goes off way too quickly for me to do anything. I hate Dragon Grab so much.
The moon is beautiful tonight.
Move or perish. If you've got a death wish, step up.
I walk the righteous path.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Ooh, a shiny!
What did I want gold again?
Sight? Check. Frills? Double check.
This world shall never be awakened.
Everyone needs an afterlife plan.
Adorable to the end.
This here's the shady part of town.
Who am I? Move or perish.
I want to get it all back.
Ladies and gentle ghosts, follow me.
You will know fear. If you've got a death wish, step up.
I want to get it all back.
Okay, I think we can recover here.
You follow behind.
I will protect even in death.
Woo! We did it! We recovered, and they're just gonna get all their health back. Although...
Middle liver dies. You get it.
that was an amazing top deck.
Get in the pit! Move or perish.
My wings!
We did it! We pulled a victory out of my ass. Heart of the Cards exists.
I'm truly sorry.
Oh, I feel so good. Well, time to knock out these guys and they won't learn their lesson.
Please, stand down. And I ask you, spread this message. Avoid the man carrying a sword.
Shut your mouth!
What the hell are you? The yokai, the werewolves? You kill all without discrimination. Because of you, everyone's pissed off.
So, you enjoy killing, is that it? You won't last long here in Velsar.
You may not believe me. However, the murders of your kind is not my doing. The man you seek is Kikage. I am also in pursuit of him. I do not wish to see any more people fall victim to his blade. However, if cutting you down and forcing my way through ensures the lives of many more...
Hey!
Sorry to interrupt, but I'll need you to stop right there. These are my clan members.
Grace, sir!
I apologize. This jerk just...
Enough. Off with you.
Yes, yes, sir.
Finally, someone who's reasonable that we could talk to.
You didn't chase after them.
Thank you. I did not want to hurt them.
You struck to kill, while my claws are still numb.
There was no other choice I could have taken.
So I overheard what you had to say, and you claim that you weren't involved in the incidents.
That is true.
It's hard to believe you when you are the only one around these parts with that strange attire and sword.
Precisely why I had no other choice but to draw my sword. I understand it may be illogical.
Self-defense.
However, it is the truth.
Yes. It doesn't seem like you're lying.
You will believe me?
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. You do reek of blood, you know.
He's got like a huge gash in his chest and his back.
That's how we all tracked you down. We followed the stench.
We've got you now, you indiscriminate killer! How dare you murder our kin for no good reason!
Just as you are seeking me, I have been seeking you.
I can smell it. It must be you.
But as long as there is no solid proof, I can't pass judgment on you. That wouldn't be justice.
Now that is a cool guy.
Innocent until proven guilty, as they say.
I thought that was an American thing. So where did they learn it?
You have my gratitude. Please pardon me.
Not to say that the American justice system is perfect. It isn't nowhere near close.
It appears you are well trusted about here. Would you happen to know the details?
About what?
About the murders, techniques used, or the intention.
I've seen the bodies. It was a gruesome sight. Horizontal lines carved into their back and chest. And that's not all. I even saw bodies missing their arm.
Their arm?
Indeed. Left or right, but always one arm.
Kagero unconsciously rubs his right arm. The ache of the faint pain still left behind serves as evidence of Greets' words.
Those bodies were cut while they were still alive, from both the front and behind. It had to have used magic. There's no other explanation. Oh, and there's one more thing. It isn't directly related to the bodies, and I can't say that I really understand it.
I would like to hear it. Please.
The corpses were stretched out on flagstone. The stones nearest them had strange markings etched into them. Not sure if the information will prove useful to you, but there it is.
I don't know if that matters, actually. In fact, I don't even understand what that means.
Thank you. That may have provided me some clues.
No need to thank me. I still haven't cleared you from all suspicion. Take care of it before the day's through. And if you fail to do this, it doesn't matter if you're telling the truth or not. I will crush you.
I understand. I promise you.
Good. And what do you intend to do about him? About this Tsukikage?
What to do? What to do?
That isn't a very good answer. Oh well. Just do what you have to do.
Tsukikage.
Oh, it's nice to know that Greets is aware of the story.
Kagero.
For the most part, he's going to at least take that warning and make it so that people aren't going to just rush in to fight us. Or avoid the people with swords. Everything is still vague, but a ray of light has emerged. Art of Decay. Its secret lies in the severed arms and scratched stones.
Good. And what do you intend...
What to do? What?
Kagero recalls something about his relationship with Tsukikage. They have fought and crossed swords countless times, though his head may not remember it, his body does. And when they crossed blades, there existed a fear directed not outwards, but in. Tsukikage is strong, cruel, and capable of unspeakable atrocities. But despite that, Kagero has stood against him again and again.
I get it now. I want to stop Tsukikage.
Alright. Tsukikage. Ooh, that's a lot of rewards there. It's going to be a flashback chapter. Didn't make me pick a deck.
The blade is like water. Not good warm. It must be cold. A blade is like water. It is meant to flow, to be swung. A blade is like water. A taste of it, and flowers of blood will bloom.
Every time this line is pronounced the same way all 3 times, it almost makes me think that he only recorded a blade is like water once, and then they keep stitching the sentences together.
Well now, shall we chat a little about us? We're a type of yokai. I suppose vengeful souls is an easy way to put it. A demonic sword which is killed and bathed in the blood of many. Through time, generation after generation, consciousness of its own emerged. That's us.
Interesting. They're cursed swords.
In short, we were born to water the fires of this world. Joy, pride, the passions of living. All life experiences them. We are the water that smothers those desires. To kill. And kill. And kill. During the time I awoke, Velsar was mired in violence. An age of war. Today, everyone has gone soft, only pretending to wait for the chance to strike. Open warfare is a thing of the past. Ah, the past. Things were great back then. I cut and stabbed, and not a complaint in the world. Except this fool. Kagero. Detestable. And a lost cause. I loathe how he ruins each and every little thing. We must not murder. We must not take lives. How foolish. A pathetic joke. I am a blade. To cut and kill is my purpose.
Well, it all makes sense now.
We argued and fought, time and time again. Sometimes he wins, other times I win. The score was tied. He is the bane of my existence, truly.
Wait a minute. He is the bone of his sword.
But the days where I won were undeniably the best. I can remember them so well.
Stop! Please stop!
I believe you are mistaken. This isn't something that can be halted. I cut the werewolf down as he fled.
I'm begging you. I have a family.
You do now. Don't worry. I'll find them next and bring you all together in the end. I killed the dragon newt as he begged.
You're a yokai, aren't you? How can you betray us like this?
Whoever said we were allies? At least I never did. And I turned my back on the yokai. Ah, it felt so liberating. But the days where Kagero won were a true low point. Utterly depressing. Being defeated was depressing. Being cut down was depressing. Worst of all, though, being sheathed with no purpose, completely devoid of joy and pleasure. Kagero, why are you always so composed, so calm? It is abnormal. It is unusual. How loathsome. The hatred was too much to bear. The urge to kill him was insurmountable.
I wonder when we're gonna run into Floess.
In the darkness of my mind, I longed for a way to defeat him. Hundreds and thousands of times, I simulated our battle. And then, it bloomed on me. The flowers of death. Within the darkness, there it was. A beautiful path of blood-red licorice.
Licorice?
I must walk along this flower bed. That will reveal a way to kill him.
Interesting.
In short, I experienced an enlightenment. And that was how the art of decay was born.
Oh, so he didn't always have that.
An instantaneous two-strike technique. For as long as he thinks that is all it is, he'll never prevail. The technique exists to take down Kagero. It is also the proof that I'm the one and only. In our next battle, I unleashed the technique with all my might, hatred, and intention to kill. Each and every bit of my energy was focused on striking him down. And I must say, I enjoyed myself.
Interesting.
For the first time ever, he lost his composure. I could feel the intent to kill and taste the desperation in him. I've never seen anything like it. It was completely outside my expectations. I was going to snatch his life, and he was going to snatch mine. In the end, we both fell. I've had wins, and I've had losses. But this was the first for a draw. And then, you see, something fantastic occurred. What's this? Have I gained my own form? What bliss! Now, we can truly kill each other once and for all. Or so, I thought. A part of it is my fault, but he lost his memories. He's lost himself. I would feel no joy in cutting him down at this moment. I wish to kill him even if there isn't a point, but I can wait a little for the fruit to ripen. Kagero, you're an impediment, a hindrance. I'm myself. A single blade is what I am. That's how it should be.
So they fought before they had physical form?
And here, a suitable battlefield for our duel. A blade is like water. It flows cold and feeds the flowers of blood. You who would reject that do not deserve to be a sword. So be gone. Disappear. I'll erase you. My long-sought wish will finally be realized. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this day. Kagero, I will kill you.
Nice. Items get. And actually, items use. Eh. Bam. Nice. Alizard. Oh! Oh, we're playing as Skikage now. Oh! I didn't see that coming. Well, we showed off the last lap deck, so now we'll use this, and then we'll finish off Kagero with my favorite deck at the end.
Well, he should be arriving any time now. Come, Kagero. You fool.
Oh!
What a boring age the world has fallen into. Left with nothing but these tiny, pathetic skirmishes. Are there no war fields or battlefronts.
Soon. There will be soon. A swing of his sword, and blood arcs into the air. Skikage glares at the gruesome sight he created, only to sigh in boredom. Then a rustling sound. Unconcerned, Skikage remained still. He knew from the moment they made a noise that whoever they may be, they were not the opponent he seeks.
You're that savage they're talking about!
How could you do such a thing? What the hell is it you want?
Skikage turns to face the new visitors. The features comprising his face are undeniably beautiful. Long eyelashes, bright pupils, lips like flower petals. And yet his vulgar smile and abnormal aura surrounding him speak the contrary.
I want to battle to the death with him. I want to take his head off his neck and prove that I'm the real one.
Are they both the same sword?
What the hell are you talking about?
A trail of corpses. That is how he'll know my location. Just follow the scent of blood. Plus, he is a complete fool. He won't act unless circumstances demand it. Like stopping someone from being killed. That kind of nonsense. He needs to be backed into a corner, so that there is no place to escape but the battlefield. What a fool. We were created for battle. That is the sole reason for our existence.
Skikage's words became nothing more than a rambling monologue. The yokai fail to find meaning in his words, nor do they have any intention to. Instead, their fists tremble with anger. They quiver with rage at this arrogant man who has murdered many of their kin.
Enough! I can't take this anymore. I will have my revenge.
A grand statement, but turning them into reality is another matter.
Shut your mouth!
Nothing is more boring than cutting the weak. But you know what?
The yokai attack, but being fueled purely by rage, fail to even graze their target. Besides, when it comes to rage and hatred, he is second to none. Sword drawn, blade swung, bodies sliced.
The flowers of blood are beautiful nonetheless. How much longer until I get a taste of this with him, I wonder?
Skikage's sword has once again bathed itself in blood, and in it shines the reflection of a truly vulgar smile.
Even I'm still not used to this face yet.
The swordsman wipes off the blood and begins to take his leave when a scent, one he could never mistake, wafts up to his nose.
Oh?
A dense aroma of blood, heavy and thick.
What could this be? Perhaps someone the same kind as me?
Skikage follows the scent, leading him to a curious man standing alone. The stain of countless slaughters linger about him, a truly appalling aroma, but despite this, the man expresses no murderous intent, not a hint of hostility whatsoever. Fascinated, Skikage's mouth morphs into a twisted smile.
You there. What are you doing?
All right. I almost forgot.
Why are you here, all alone and forlorn?
This is a dead end.
This time-traveling vampire is starting to get really ominous. A dead end is not something you want to hear in a story that involves time loops. A sensible conversation fails to establish between the two. However, Skikage simply smiles nonchalantly and continues on.
Are you inebriated?
Your name is... what was it again?
Have we met before? Oddly, not a single scratch on you if we did. But no matter.
Kikage's blade speeds through the air. The curious man draws his own sword. At last, the man shows some energy.
My. So there are still some embers burning in you. Exactly what I had hoped.
No matter how many times the cycle repeats, you do not change one bit.
Of course. I am and can only be myself.
I approve.
What a coincidence. I do too.
These two are hitting it off better than I thought they would. Not gonna lie.
You're quite interesting, I must say. Allow me to test you out.
You are welcome to try.
You're quite an interesting find.
You do not change one bit.
Ooh, that's a curve. And a removal spell, kind of, sort of, but not really.
Bones, but make it fashion.
Come to me, precious friend.
Lots of bones, but make it fashion.
Alright, forgot to attack. Adoy.
Today is your lucky day, my friend.
Bone to be fabulous. Lots of bones, but make it fashion.
Can I hold your hand?
Aha! Get those last word counts up.
Bone to be fabulous. Oh, the things I do for fashion.
Good draw.
Why did I want gold again?
Alright.
Have a look over this new contract. Have a look over this new contract.
The RJ's an underrated card, in my opinion.
Buy in bulk and save big.
Alright. So,
Can I hold your hand? Sight? Check. Thrills? Double check.
Or blooms forever.
Give me your neck, please.
there we go.
Your red petals will soon be dyed blue. What a thorny.
I want to get it all back.
Couldn't meet my quota.
What are we at now? 3? I got 3 on board. Man, we really need to start drawing stuff, though.
Intriguing.
Buy in bulk and save big.
Every leader takes damage, reduce the damage to 0, and subtract the same amount from this amulet's countdown instead. Alright.
What a thorny mix you are.
I want to get it all back.
Work, cutie, work. Ladies and gentle ghosts, follow me.
I just want to fill the emptiness.
You are mine forever. gentle ghosts, follow me. Adorable to the end. Oh, quit flying around everywhere.
Oh. 10 shadows, reveal it and destroy an enemy follower. That worked out real nice. That's the first time I've ever seen that effect happen.
Bow down, loser!
Yeah, I love this job. Of course I do. Yeah, I love this job. Of course I do.
I won't hurt you. Too much.
Can you withstand my sword?
Oh my, this packs more trouble than it's worth.
Kiss me goodbye.
Alright. Let's play some Kageros. Or...
From now on, this shiny's my minion. Shiny!
Lots of bones, but make it fashion.
And that should get our count up to 10.
Check out my fancy footwork. Check out my fancy footwork.
Allow me to bestow a crimson kiss. Allow me to bestow a crimson kiss.
Well, that got him up to wrath real quickly.
Reapers, be sparkly, be adorable.
There is no other way. There is no retreat.
And this is KO.
Time to finish this. Work, cutie, work.
So that is how it goes.
Thanks, Saris.
You blossomed beautifully.
You know, I thought that Alizard would be playing an Evolve Blood deck, considering his card synergizes well with Evolve Blood.
The feel of my blade sliding through your flesh. It is fantastic. This marks the end. And this concludes the fight.
Splendid.
You truly are a strange one. You are so very much weak. So why then do you smell of blood?
Once the stain has set in, it cannot be removed.
That is a very straightforward answer. Sorrow overtakes the man's face. Regret, resignation, emotions that Tsukikage cannot comprehend. To him, the smell of blood is a great honor, the proof of one's purpose. There is no sorrow in death.
Oh, you're hiding your true strength. You have but one life. You should give more thought to how you use it. Now is not the time to be holding back.
I remember now. Your name is Kikage.
My, where did you hear that name?
We have battled to the death many times before. I had learned your name then.
Tsukikage searches through his memories, but nothing comes to mind. Firstly, if they have truly battled to the death, it would not make sense how both remain breathing today.
Why, I have no memory of that.
As for what you are, I do not recall. Or perhaps I never knew.
Trying to understand the man's words is like trying to grab smoke. Impossible. I don't know. Get a vacuum. I think you can grab smoke with that. There's got to be a way to grab smoke. Somebody has probably figured this out by now, right? But Tsukikage is amused, for they are similar, but also different. And it makes Tsukikage want to kill him all the more.
I myself. A single blade is what I am. If you don't feel like fighting for real, that's fine. I've taken a liking to that scent of yours, so I'm feeling generous. What's your name? I'll put it on your gravestone.
Aluzard.
A lovely name it is. I'll make sure your death is just as exquisite.
Ah, right. Your blade.
My sword will guide you through the veil onto the red floral path. Art of decay.
Was magnificent.
With his back and abdomen slashed, the man silently collapses onto the ground. His blood spills out in the shape of blood-red flower.
Beautiful. You blossomed beautifully. I must say, you were really something. You were the first to meet gazes with me before my strikes landed. Fascinating. Truly fascinating.
Indeed.
I shall engrave your name here.
The tip of his sword flutters about lightly, etching the letters into the ground and marking a grave for the fallen man.
It was a pleasure. Now, that fool Kagero. It is about time he reaches me with a strength and resolve.
Without another care in the world, Shikage heads for his next destination. To him, his newest victim is already a thing of the past. Time passes, then without a sound, the one Shikage had been waiting for finally reaches the scene.
This is...
Kagero looks down at the corpse. The way the abdomen and back and arm are scarred. It is obvious who the culprit was.
Shikage.
Having heard the stories, he should have known what to expect. But even so, the sight still is gruesome beyond imagination. Shikage must be stopped. Kagero recites this in his heart, and inside it, a fire ignites.
I'm sorry he did this to you.
Kagero crouches down to close the fallen man's eyes. In that very moment, he notices something peculiar. The corpse's body, its mouth frozen in the shape of a peculiar smile, on its side facing to the left. And the man's right arm was stretched out, pointing to something half hidden by the name scratched into the ground. Footprints. Wow! Aluzard, you never fail to disappoint. Or fail to impress. Not disappoint, sorry. It's a bit of a depressing time, so my mind immediately goes to the negative. But that is cool. He went that way. He killed me, but he went that way. A person cut down from the front would lie facing up. A person cut down from behind would lie facing down. That is simple logic. Yet this body is facing to the left. Why?
Horizontal lines carved into their back and chest. And that's not all. I even saw bodies missing their arm.
Their arm?
Indeed. Left or right. But always one arm.
Oh, I get it. He's not slashing twice. He's slashing once from the side.
It is all coming together.
The inexplicable way his body is positioned, the footprints it seemed to be pointing to, and more important than anything, Shikage's wrath. If this technique was devised solely for the purpose of killing Kagero...
I see the secret behind his technique. Art of decay.
Kagero closes the body's eyes and stands up. Now confident in his suspicions, he walks onward to find his fated opponent. He repeats it in his heart, the name that was etched into the ground, promising to avenge the man for the discovery of Kagero owes him.
Aluzard, it is thanks to you that I am now prepared. I will slay him without fail. May you rest in peace.
Aluzard. Kagero. We're approaching the end. It flows red, brimming with the force of life. It colors the battlefield, a sickening shade of rouge. It sticks everywhere, warm and viscous. And it is all that remains of the countless lives lost. Fresh blood, the smell of which enshrouds all. The yokai sense it, as do the dragon newts and the werewolves. They know that members of their kind have been slain, and they hunger for vengeance. But none dare draw near. No creature of reason could withstand the stench of so much blood. Only two can willingly stand in a place such as this. The culprit himself and his mortal enemy. Tsukikage's mouth transforms into a crescent, his mouth a bottomless black pit, and his teeth an eerie shade of white.
Finally. You finally made it.
The sword in his hand quivers. He lets out a sharp breath, struggling to keep his exhilaration under control.
I've kept you waiting.
Kagero scowls. His porcelain smooth skin trembles faintly, beads of nervous sweat running down his face.
I'm here to take you down.
His drawn sword trembles. Fear hangs thick in the air.
That face of yours is looking finer than before. Perhaps the bait I scattered around worked.
Bait? You would call life bait?
That is twisted indeed.
I would indeed. I get to enjoy the pleasure of killing and witness you sharpened by the sight of corpses. Two for the price of one, right? That's the thing about life. It exists to be snatched away. Nothing else could explain these fantastic circumstances around here.
Tsukikage's cackling is callous and sadistic. The victim of this abuse simply grimaces and speaks, his voice tinged with bitterness.
I've remembered a little about what you are and about what I am.
Oh?
I've stopped you and your cruelties. I've thought you must be slayed. I am your enemy. You could not be more wrong in what you are doing. Life deserves to be respected. Tell me just one thing. Why do you wish to challenge me so badly?
Allow me to correct your words. You cannot kill me. There will be no challenge taking place. You're asking why, but isn't it obvious? Let's talk about you instead. How's that memory of yours? Have you recalled much?
Nope.
Memories of my past remain blurred.
A pity. Though I'm probably the one that took them.
What do you mean?
It means exactly what it sounds like.
I understand now. You're just an indiscriminate murderer.
The very same could be said about you.
There's just one thing that I do not understand about you. You have great skill at your disposal. Why not use it for justice?
What now?
Art of Decay. Right now, it is a terrible, sinister technique. However, if utilized in the right way, it could save lives. Tsukikage, why did you fall to the dark side?
You really have no idea?
He lost it.
Why did you fall to the dark side? I didn't fall. I am the dark side.
So this is a yin and yang story, I'm guessing.
Save lives? What a joke. An utterly laughable joke. You understand nothing. Nothing at all.
So no Flues in this story, huh?
Art of Decay severs lives, not saves them. The blade exists to split you and I apart.
I do not understand the meaning of your words.
I just realized that his sword is black and our sword is white, so this literally is going to be a yin and yang story.
Well, then I'll spell it out for you, Kagero.
You know, I never remember which one is black and which one is white in yin and yang. So,
Listen closely. You are me.
What are you saying?
You still can't figure it out? How many times do I need to repeat myself? You are me.
That is precisely what I do not understand.
Wrong again, fool. You're just refusing to accept the truth.
they're two halves of the same as bait.
You and I, we're spirits who dwell in swords. Vengeful souls that have no form of our own. A single sword held us both. I inhabited the blade, and you the sheath.
Okay, that was not what I thought.
We were two souls sharing one body. But I don't need, nor do I want anyone else around.
So when he said he was being sheathed by Kagero, he meant literally, not figuratively. Or maybe he meant both.
No, that cannot be.
You can turn away from the truth, but it will still be there. We fought over and over all the battles we had in the spirit world. Whichever of us won would gain control of our body. And I hated when you were the victor. One day, I could no longer stand it. So we dueled to the death. It ended with us both destroying each other, and we split apart. Now, there are two of us, blade and sheath as two separate entities. I received this body, this face. I had to learn how to move and walk again. But the body you have is the original.
Lies! None of this can be true!
Your head is as rigid as your moves! A fool even amongst fools! Listen well. Why do you believe your sword cannot be used to kill? Because you're the sheath. Why does your body reek of blood? Because I've killed using that very same body.
No! These hands have never killed anyone!
Are you so sure about that? Perhaps your mind has forgotten, but I bet your body can recall every last slice. Go ahead, recall that sensation. Remember how it felt. It's still there. I know it. In your palms, in your arms. The feel of slicing into someone and terminating their life.
Okay.
I cut the werewolf down as he fled. I killed the Dragonute as he begged. And I turned my back on the yokai.
But that cannot be. With these hands?
With those very hands. You spilled an ocean of blood.
Interesting. The Art of Rejuvenation. Final chapter. What better way to rejuvenate than with health? Actually, I should preview the deck. So let's preview the decks, and then we'll start the final art. So this was the first deck that we... this is the deck that we just used. It is a Last Words deck. The key cards being Ceres, or the key card being Chris, Beyond the Patch. And it's just getting Last Words to go off for cards. We also used my previous Burial Rite deck, which has been tweaked many times over the last couple months. And we're going to finish off with my favorite deck to play in Shadow right now, which is Healcraft. Haha! Holy Sanctuary might not be as fun to play anymore. But it ain't the only class with all the heal spells. The art of rejuvenation begins now. The truth is revealed, Kagero's past exposed. They are one another. They dwelled in the same sword as two halves of one whole. The two were once together, but an all-out battle between them broke the sword in two parts, the blade and its sheath. The two were once the same. The scent of blood that stains Kagero's body belongs to them both.
Now that's a face worth remembering. How delightful.
I'm out of water. Ugh. Ugh.
I have killed with these hands.
With those very hands. Now do you finally understand? We are the same, you and I. We're both brutal, indiscriminate killers. But being the same is so very boring. Loathsome, in fact. Does this pain you to realize? Does it make you feel bitter?
A little bit.
But the pain you feel is nothing compared to my hatred towards you. Do you know how agitating it was, not being able to control my own body? Even more detestable was that our skills were split even. That's why we traded victories. When I won, I got control of the body. When you won, the opposite was true. 50-50, as even as could be. That's why I had to develop that technique. With it, I can finally be rid of you and do as I please.
Well.
Art of decay. It is what sets you and I apart. It is the key to my victory. It is the technique that will extinguish your life.
You know, his voice actor, now that we've had enough time to listen to it, I swear I've heard it somewhere before. Is it Johnny Young Bosch? I can't tell. But I've heard this voice actor before.
Once you're dead, I can truly be free. Prepare yourself, Kagero. I'm going to end you!
Skage's angry roar quickly turns into a tempest. His hair dances in the air with every step. Sweat slips down his exposed forehead. Faint tears can be seen in his eyes. Even in the face of such sight, Kagero's hands firmly grip his sword.
This body.
Huh?
This body. I remember now. The sensation of the people I killed. I killed people that fled. People that begged. People who called me a friend. Lives were lost by these hands. No one was left alive. It fills me with such sorrow.
Are you going to start crying?
Yes.
Tsukikage, what do you intend on doing once you have killed me?
Is it not obvious? The same as now. Kill and then kill some more.
Boring.
Eventually, the world will change. Each and every soul will glare and tear at one another. And bring back the exciting age of warfare and bloodshed.
I see. If so, I have no time for tears. You shall not be the cause of any more suffering.
And? What is that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what it sounds like. This is a conflict between you and I. No one else needs to be involved. Being hurt by you, hurting you, they are my burden to bear. The sorrow, the misery, I will not let anyone else undergo these feelings.
What I do with anyone else doesn't concern you.
It certainly does. Even the fact that I have reached you were not the results of my power alone. You've came so far by killing people, severing ties, but I've gone this far through connecting with people. Tsukikage, let's end this.
All right.
No matter. I was waiting for you to show me some fire in your eyes.
Let the final battle begin.
I didn't hone my skill so that I can kill you at your weakest. I want to best you at your strongest in a fair match.
Man, what is it with people like trying to pull a Goku?
Back when we were still one, a defeat simply meant a short sleep. But this time is different. You won't wake up from this one. Die, and forever disappear from my sight, Kagero.
Tsukikage, my other half. We are one. Hence why I must stop you.
You disgust me. A mere sheath is no sword. A sword never unsheathed is but a stick.
A drawn sword is but cold steel, neither good nor evil.
For your duty forgotten.
And the path you walk gone astray.
Thus, you must fall!
All right. Let the games begin. Tsukikage.
For I walk the righteous path.
A true sword's duty lies in slaughter.
All right. It's not the best curve, but it's a curve. So the key to this deck is basically to play as many Scions of Desire as possible. Bringing them back with Friends Forever.
I'll engrave your name on your gravestone.
Using the Sarcophagus Wraith to both draw and heal.
Open wide.
Cursed Coin, I think I'm only running 1 or 2 copies of it, just for an additional draw. Something to eat up the shadows that we keep generating. Because our stuff is going to die, and die a lot.
Open wide.
Alright. Undead Parade. I hate that card. That Exile All Board States card is crazy.
Ladies and gentle ghosts, follow me.
Oh, look at the value.
Dark Lord, is
Open
that
wide.
Alright. He can't kill one of my creatures without causing me to just heal 2 life.
Lots of bones, but make it fashion.
So we're just gonna keep chipping away.
Oh, honey, those bones with that flesh.
It seems I've lost.
Aha! Oh. And just like that, we're up to 6 shadows.
I'm doing you a favor by putting your bones to use.
Alright. So, I believe Scion of Desire and a Cursed Coin should give us what we need. And let's thin out his board a little bit.
Oh, the things I do for fashion.
He'll trade the Jack Shovel Gravedigger into us, and then we'll just Friends Forever next turn.
Say goodbye to your life.
Well, we don't have to, actually. So we'll do this to get some free Evos.
Mother, Father, please!
of medicine? Are you in need of medicine?
There are more graves yet to dig up.
There is no other way.
50-50.
Yeah, I love this job. Of course I do. Yeah, I love this job.
It's 2 life.
do.
What can you do?
You beckoned?
You will bloom.
Their board is
beautifully
scary.
under my blade.
Your flesh and bones are mine!
It seems I've lost. It seems I've lost.
Ooh. I could board wipe here. But let's do this.
There is not a soul without sin.
I must cut you down.
And then next turn we'll friends forever again.
Punish the wicked. Let judgment fall.
I'll live again!
Ooh. We have so much life gain in our future.
Lots of bones, but make it fashion.
By your will, O Lord.
No more corpses.
Ladies and gentle ghosts, follow me.
Now that we've increased our max health by quite a bit.
Mother, father, please.
Wakey, wakey.
Oh, are you in need of medicine?
There are more graves yet to dig up.
So we evolve this one for
Prepare
free.
Dig 'em up.
Yeah, I love this job. Of course I do.
Oh, the things I do for fashion.
And let's see.
Give me all the fluffy hugs.
Look at him. He can't even touch me.
Give me
Feels
your
bad,
hand,
man.
please.
Now that the Scion of Desire game has been played,
Waffle cakes.
it's time to play the next phase of my plan. By bringing death, and a lot of death.
Wakey, wakey.
Owie.
What are you hiding inside?
Let's see.
Life
I think this
and
is the
death
play.
Flow eternal.
Oh, are you in need of medicine?
All I have to do is just keep... Oh no. Well, we lose.
What are you hiding inside? The bones embrace me.
I hate that card so much.
Oh, are you in need of medicine?
Uh-oh. I didn't have enough shadows for that, so that was a misplay. Well, we have the Philosopher of Death plan for my fallback. He doesn't have enough shadows to pull that crazy BS off again. Fortunately, his board state is going to be rather big.
Wakey, wakey.
It seems I've lost.
Oh, he might just deck himself because he's drawing like a madman.
Life and death flow eternal.
No more corpses.
All life shall perish by my hand.
Another one? He got up to 20 shadows again?
There is not a soul without sin.
Oh, souls!
Yoink. Those bones are mine.
The dead have much to teach us. The dead have much to teach us. Death, the dead have much to teach us. Have much to teach us.
All right.
The eye of the demon is upon you.
I finally understand. I finally understand. I finally understand.
That is so annoying.
I finally understand.
Life and death flow eternal.
Dark Lord, is that you?
We've got him in top deck mode.
The river shall never run dry.
Dark Lord, is that you?
Oh boy. We might actually win this by making him draw himself to death. I don't think I can actually kill him fast enough. Oh my goodness. I physically won't be able to kill him. He's gonna kill himself.
You beckoned? The eye of the demon is upon you.
Say goodbye to your
Well.
life.
I mean, might as well finish on full health, right?
Dead have much to teach us.
Wow,
No board?
Death, the dead have much to teach us.
This can't be. This can't be.
Fear the power of healing.
I'm truly sorry.
We never got to hit him in the face once. The art of rest, the art of rejuvenation, indeed. Heal, heal, heal. Swords endlessly clash, over and over, layering hits one after another, and ringing the blades indefinitely on. Flashes of steel, flickers of sparks. Each strike illuminates glimpses of the two swords. Tsukage. Skikage, manifest of desire, the sword's blade. Kagero, manifest of reason, the sword's sheath.
You lack elegance.
The rhythmic beats of Sikage's footsteps sing the song of death, the dance of which is beautifully cruel. The earth trembles under Kagero's foot. Under his foot. Pure manifestations of might and power, of force. Entirely different, entirely incompatible, and yet their swords meet as equals on the battlefield, drawn together by a magnetic hand of fate. Speaking of hand of fate...
So detestable, it's almost nostalgic.
Indeed. Each strike resonates and reverberates within me.
I must kill you!
I must stop you.
Direct strikes, upward slashes, thrusts, counters, countless techniques string together, accelerating ever faster. Come on, Art of Decay. Let's see the counter. Skikage's... I keep forgetting the pronunciation on it. Skikage brazenly leaps backwards, not to evade, but as a sign, a display of his power to his opponent.
Loathsome, despicable, but that's what makes the hunt all the more thrilling. Now, the end is nigh, Kagero. Your time in this world ends here.
He's gonna use it. Kagero nods quietly in response. No longer is there any fear to be found in his gaze.
Come, I shall prevail.
Thoughtless, reckless, pointless. My sword art represents the sum of my existence. Now, it's time I dyed the world in perfect red.
Skikage's body sinks low down, like a compressed spring the moment before it snaps. You mean springs. A spring springs into action. Kagero mirrors his opponent, sinking low in turn, pointing the tip of his right foot straight down.
My sword will guide you through the veil onto the red floral path. Behold.
In this instant, the two paths of life and death entwine.
Art of Decay!
The secret behind Skikage's technique is unbeknownst to all. In the dark recesses of his thoughts, Skikage expected to duel with his counterpart until the end of time, but one day he awoke with a realization. The key was not in swordsmanship per se, but rather the steps, the footwork. That is where the true nature of the Art of Decay lies. I did know Alex Slay was the voice of Kazuya. Although part of me can't stomach watching that show a second time because it felt like it's dragging on. Yeah, I mean, Tsukikage wouldn't have been listed as a voice actor in this game till now because there's no card for him for Tsukikage. So it would be pretty hard to find. That is where the true nature of Art of Decay lies. Tsukikage could see it. A path of blood-red liquors in full bloom. The flowers are, of course, just visions. Tsukikage's honed sense of killing visualizes them as signals, as beckoning pathways for certain death. Follow the blood-red road, unleash a deadly strike, and make bloom the flowers of blood. It is an unescapable technique. The first kick off the ground is so quick, so powerful, and numbing shockwave paralyzes the target, a preemptive strike. With a speed imperceptible to the eye, Tsukikage disappears from the enemy's sight and slips right into their blind spot, unseen by the immobilized target. The technique is completed with 2 lightning-fast strikes. That is the Art of Decay, born of the darkest malice, and the victim of which this time is Kagero. Or so Tsukikage thought. In the very moment Tsukikage kicked off the ground, he was not the only figure that disappeared from sight. The 2 of them disappeared simultaneously. They moved so quickly that everything, even the light of the moon and the shadows themselves, lost track of them. Only the swish of their swords slicing through the air could be heard. An instant later, the 2 of them reappeared once more.
Impossible!
Tsukikage's voice sounds weak, as though his very soul has been crushed.
How? This can't be!
How? Tsukikage, you said it yourself, that we are one and the same. Twice I have experienced the technique. There is nothing you can master that I cannot. In addition, they say that dead men tell no tales, but the corpse of one man told me everything I needed to know. The key to your technique is the movement.
Connecting with people, huh?
Art of Decay simultaneously strikes the front and back of your opponent. However, the secret to this technique is not magic, but of exceptional swordplay and footwork. You step towards your opponent at an angle, and then rotate your body, with the toes of your extended foot as an axis. You make 1 strike there to the front, and then another strike to the back as you rotate out. By making 2 strikes from the side before the victim notices, you can simultaneously cut their abdomen and back in 1 move. After I puzzled out your secrets, all I needed was to do the same. It is this very body in which you had honed your skills. Meaning, the movements of it are embedded into these muscles, carved into these bones.
I shouldn't be surprised. This is your specialty, after all. Even when backed into a corner facing certain doom, you still managed to see what you needed to know.
Maybe it's Sam Riegel. Maybe that's who the voice actor is, because I think I may have puzzled out who it is. Tsukikage has always known, but he never wanted to admit it. The reason why a sheath which does not cut could match up against a blade so experienced in the art of slaying was because Kagero was an expert in reading the minds of others, seeing through his opponents. If Tsukikage is the ideal blade, one that can cut through anything, then Kagero is the ideal sheath, one that provides total protection.
How frightening. How detestable. You've always been that way, for ages upon ages.
Kagero's counter was perfect. Tsukikage witnessed it with his own eyes. The very moment Tsukikage stepped into the path of blood-red licorice, Kagero did the very same. The shockwaves of each other's first step clashed and canceled out one another. They each swung their blade at precisely the same time, with the same trajectory. They spun their bodies like tops, both anchored on the toes of their leading foot. They carried out the same rotation, and made the same 2 lightning-quick slashes.
There was only one way to keep pace with you. Trace the same steps. There was only one way to defend against your blows. Follow the same strokes. There was only one way to surpass your technique. Master it myself.
Red flowers bloom, glistening beneath the moonlight, but they are not the red licorice born of Tsukikage's menace. It is fresh blood, dripping from the mouth of malicious sword.
We were equal in strength, but now I've surpassed you.
Damn it. I can still hear its echoes in my ears.
At the climax of their fight, Tsukikage had heard a curious sound. A ringing sound, the moment Kagero stepped forward. Like a sword being returned to its sheath, the fate of the duel had been decided at the very instant.
You melded my technique with Yaido, didn't you? You sheathed and redrew your blade with your slash.
If their first strikes were truly equal, they should have cancelled out, but Kagero had added in an extra burst of momentum, the thrust of a sword being unsheathed. And the result was clear. Kagero had been the faster sword.
I can't believe you did it. At the last possible moment, you overcame your pathetic, passive nature. An original strike of your own.
Tsukikage falls to his knees. The bewitched sword drops from his hand. His eyes look not up to the moon, but down at the earth, being stained by his own blood.
I'm going to die by my own technique, that I myself created. Will you then prattle on about it being karmic justice? I still haven't killed enough, haven't slaughtered enough. I haven't lived enough.
We are one sword with 2 souls. As your sins are my sins, your techniques are also my techniques. I shall swear an oath. From here, I will use your powers for the sake of this world. I will not waver from my path, even if I must leave a trail of bodies in my wake. I am the sheath, and I am also the blade. I exist to protect, but also to slay. Farewell, Tsukikage. Your technique will be reborn. It shall no longer be known as Art of Decay.
May you be cursed, demon blade.
But rather as Art of Rejuvenation.
The sheath has snatched life from the blade, and Kagero's mind is finally quiet, free of noise. Tsukikage's fallen body faintly shimmers, dissolving into particles of light, before being absorbed into Kagero's body. Then a ringing sound reverberates, the sound of a blade being sheathed, 2 halves together once more. But Kagero knows that sins committed by the blade must be atoned for by the blade, and that is why he cannot rest. He once stained the world of sanguineous red. He once stained the world a sanguineous red. Now he must dye it a new color. A single sword quietly slips back into the dark abyss of night. Wow, we get no commentary from Floess at all during this one. Well, I'm going to go refill my water bottle. So I will leave this last little bit to you guys while I take a brief minor break.
The ending of our newest tale is as of yet unwritten. The cycle repeats again and again. Claws and fangs break and shatter before fading into darkness. They strive with all their strength, but cannot defy fate. They stretch forth their hands, but cannot grasp victory.
I suppose it can't be helped. The curtains of fate have already fallen on this stage. Pride, peace, resolve, resignation. None of it matters in the end. This play was written to be a tragedy from the start. What a pity. It breaks my heart. Just kidding. I left my heart behind forever ago. Anyhow, the cycles continue until fate leads them to the ultimate conclusion. Isn't that right, Nexus? It's been quite some time, hasn't it?
Guardian of this world, why do you seek endless cycles of death and rebirth?
Why do you think?
Thou art but a broken vessel, destined to succumb.
There's no need to get bent out of shape. Why, I am doing all this just for you. Keeper, Nexus. Just for you. Do remember that this world is under my control. No one can meddle in it unless I say so.
Vessel of stagnation, know thy fate is destruction. I am a keeper. I am Nexus of serenity. I bringeth harmony unto worlds.
I'm back.
Harmony. It's very lovely if I do say so myself. But a tad too much, and things will lose their interest. Well then, it's time for me to slumber once again. Next, we'll revisit that nostalgic place.
Yeah, my mouse, it's all funky. Yeah.
Perhaps this time, the bullet of fate will hit its mark.
Might be time for me to invest in a wireless mouse. And thus ends another story. The next chapters will be available soon. Thank you for playing. It says chapters plural, which means they might be adding more than this. I don't expect them to. We're probably going to get the finale after whoever this last slot will be. It'll either be the werewolf or Alucard. I'm kind of hoping it's the werewolf and that they save Alucard for... what's it called? They save Alucard for a finale at the end. But there was a mission to complete this story mission. Oh, leveled up in Shadowcraft. So, doing that should unlock a significant amount of stuff. So, we're going to finish this off with a little bit of some pack opening. They gave us 3 tickets for that. And we got 300 gold for finishing that story, so that's going to be 6 packs just for doing a chapter of a story mode. And only ate up a little bit under 2.5 hours, basically. That's my 3rd Spinaria. Got a full set now. Nice. Man, it really wants to give us this Chris guy, huh? Alright. We're getting close to opening 100 packs. Come on, good stuff. Show me the money. Ugh. Ooh, that's a bad one. How much? We've gotten so many copies of this guy now. At least it's vials, I guess. And let's see, do I have enough for anything? Almost enough for another legendary card, which we'll probably use to make a Selena. But until next time, I will see you all in the next stream. What that next stream will be probably just be more ladder climbing, or maybe even some ladder climbing in For Honor. Who knows? Till next time, bye-bye.